Hello and welcome to True Disclosures. My name is Chelsea Langley May. I'm with Sycamore Real Estate Group. I am a new realtor and coming on here to fill a void that I think is out there for new realtors, and also just educating anybody and everybody that's interested in knowing kind of what goes on during a transaction with real estate. I didn't know anything coming into this, and so that's kind of where I'm going to start, is where I started and how I've come here. So I've been doing hair since 2007. I've lived here in Bloomington pretty much my whole life. I spent a little bit of time in Virginia Beach after getting my cosmetology license, and then came back, started working here in Bloomington, moved to Chicago, and then came back again and started a family. So since I've been doing hair for so long, a couple things that I've learned is how to efficiently and effectively communicate with clients to really figure out what it is they're looking for and what they want, and help them set realistic expectations, and not over promise them something and under deliver, but kind of meet them where they're at and hopefully get them to a realistic goal with their hair, and if anything, just meet that goal, if not exceed that goal. And so another part of what I learned really well doing hair is time management, and how to kind of control my stress level, and not make the client feel uncomfortable. So kind of just taking on that, all those moving parts that go into that, to make it feel like it's fun, like you're enjoying your time. As a client's perspective, you're enjoying your time getting your hair done, and you're with somebody that you trust. And some of the classes that I taught at salons that I worked with was newer hairstylists and how to create that environment. There's a lot of subtleties that go into that, from a client's perspective, what would make it a really good experience and what would make it a really bad experience. So with some of that knowledge, I feel like it's going to translate really well into real estate. Because ultimately that's what we're doing. We're providing a service for people, and we are doing everything that we can to make it an enjoyable experience, and also get them as close to meeting their goals and expectations, and providing them somebody that they can trust. So since starting, I just started last year, 2023. I started studying online, took an online real estate course, and really struggled with it because it was during COVID. I have a daughter who is 6, and then I was also working full-time as a hairstylist, and I hadn't learned anything outside of that industry since 2007. So reading real estate and the language involved in it, my mind was just it was hard to wrap my mind around it, especially when I was at home and there were a lot of other things going on. So as I was about to finish my online course, I got pregnant with my son, and I started feeling really crummy mentally and physically, started dealing with a little bit of depression, started just kind of surviving some days. So my time lapsed with the online course, and I had to kind of abort, and it was pretty devastating to my ego, to just the time I had already put into it, because that was a year time. And also dealing with how to run my business a salon. It's just I'm self-employed, and all the things that went into that. And so then after I had my son, I said, okay, now that that's over, I'm gonna sign up again, and I'm gonna complete this online course. It's not gonna get me down. I had already decided at that point in time that um, it was almost like haunting in my mind. Like, I was so close. That's so silly. I need to finish this. I've already, dedicated so much time and energy and money. And so, if anything, I was just going to do it to protect my ego a little bit, of just proving to myself that I could get it done. So I signed up again, and I kid you not, after about a month into it, and trying again, I'm still working a full-time job. I have a daughter and now a newborn, and I'm getting back on online courses. So I'm staying up late, waking up early, trying to find time to study. And I kid you not, I got pregnant again, back to back. So yeah, my two youngest are 13 months apart. So I was determined that during that pregnancy, I was going to fight tooth and nail to finish, because I had already signed up, I had already paid again. And so I finished. Ultimately, I got it done, and took the test, and struggled to just kind of get through it all while juggling, two little babies, basically, a daughter who's just starting school, a husband and a home life that needed nurturing and attention, and then my own business, doing hair. So trying to maintain that business, which has been very difficult, because just my mental health and overall ability to find the time for everything. But the need, I had to do it. I had to do all of those things. I had to be there for my kids. I had to be there for my husband. I had to be there for the salon. And how was I going to make it work? But again, I was determined to push through. And I kept telling myself, yes, this is hard. It's not going to be like this forever, but just keep pushing. I've already come so far. The hardest part of all this is already behind me. So I just kept pushing. And now that I have my license and I am out there in the real estate world and interacting, I've learned a lot. It's one thing to read and study in theory about anything, but with real estate, it is hard to put it into practice until you are out and interacting and doing deals, submitting offers, negotiating, and just trying to dig up the helpful information. And as a new realtor, you almost kind of feel lost, because you really don't even know what questions to ask. And I am somebody, I like working efficiently. I like being prepared. I like to be able to be proactive and gathering the information to the questions I know my buyer is going to ask, or my seller is going to ask, because the process of buying or selling a home is already daunting. So I want to do everything I can do to be prepared on my client's behalf. But what I found was there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in real estate. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving, different businesses. You got your lenders, you've got your title company, you've got other agencies, other agents to work with, a lot of different personalities. And real estate's unique in the way that it's a kind of a part-time job for some people. They don't quit their day job. So the communication is difficult at times. So there's just a lot going on. And as a new realtor, I was just kind of putting myself out there and making the mistakes. And I'm kind of shameless about that, in the sense that, well, how else am I going to learn? And I also was very, full disclosure, I just was giving true disclosure. I am new, but I am also very hardworking, and um, I'm also just always going to do my best. I will go and find the answers. I will ask the people I need to ask. I will make the calls I need to make, and I'll get back with you. And so far, the clients I've worked with have been grateful for that. They've been grateful that I've not done the whole like kind of fake it till you make it in a way, because they felt like, they could still ask the questions and know that I may not know those answers right away, but I'm going to find them as quickly as I can and come back to them, opposed to just kind of making up an answer or guessing and then just dropping the ball after that, just being like, well, I don't know. And so that's kind of where I'm coming from. The reason why I guess I'm doing the podcast is just that I think there's a need for new realtors or existing realtors or older realtors that, they're just trying to do their best. And there is a huge difference between good realtors and bad realtors. And it's very obvious from my perspective now as an agent. I would have been completely oblivious to all of this if I weren't in the industry. I would have just been like, well, I guess that's just what it is. And so I think there's a need to put out some education for non-agents to know what to look for, and also hold myself accountable to doing my very best and understanding things. So during episodes, I'm going to interview with some people that have been in the industry for a really long time or have found their niche market on how to communicate with people, what's been successful for them. So this is going to be a kind of a learn and grow with me, and it'll probably get really personal at times, because I am the type of person that I share anything and everything. I just can't really help it. I really don't see the problem with it. I think from working behind the chair and working so closely with people in an intimate way, I have learned that I've just learned so much about myself, and I've also learned that our problems are not unique to us. A lot of people struggle with similar things. So it's helpful to get that perspective so that you don't feel alone, and it's also helpful to be able to talk your ideas out and work through it. And I'm always going to be that person. I'm always going to be searching for a better way to do things or a better version of me. And I find that to be very exciting. So through my full disclosure, my true disclosures, I hope to grow, and I hope to help other people too understand kind of the inside and out of real estate, what's going on behind the scenes if you're a buyer or a seller. And also from an agent's perspective, just maybe shine a light on people who are doing things really, really well, why it's working for clients. And also all the new stuff going on, like just shining a light on why these new things are put into place, how they can be helpful. And for the realtors that are kind of dropping the ball, holding them accountable to stepping it up, because ultimately we're here for the clients and we're here to help get the deal done. And if you are there standing in the way, you're the problem. And I think those realtors really need to be pushed on a little bit to be held accountable, step up, because it's not about them, it's about the client that they're serving. And their client might even be ignorant to the fact that their agent is dropping the ball. They may not know. I mean, it's kind of crazy how ignorant people are. And I mean ignorant in the sense of just, you don't understand the ins and outs of real estate until you're actually like immersed into it. It's kind of wild and complicated. So today I'm just going to end there, and hope that you want to continue listening to some true disclosures. Um, Again, I'm Chelsea Langland May. You've been listening to the first episode of True Disclosure, and my real estate company is Sycamore Real Estate Group. Happy to be with them. You'll be seeing their faces as we go and interviewing them, seeing other local businesses and how they've survived as small businesses in the economy, and I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. All right, have a good one. Bye.